Bro, you know what time it is, right? It's accountability. It's been one of those creative influxes, so to speak.
Lovely days, my good sir. Lovely days.
Well,
So,
accountability
time to
time.
work. So, I wanted to pose this question to you because I know that I've been struggling with this for the past few weeks. What do you do when you generally want to get something done, but you can't seem to make yourself work on it? It's time to go back to our roots and get accountable.
This is CAP2, we don't miss days. To small businesses, big hallway praise. You keep me honest, I keep you brave. We check in weekly so we don't cave. Soaring Panther, Midnight Mosaic. Side by side, we're gonna make it. This is CAP2, turn it up.
As I posed the question in the intro, sir, I'm going to pose it to you one more time here.
Absolutely.
What do you do when you genuinely want to get something done, but you still can't seem to make yourself work on it?
Well, I actually came into this situation yesterday. I had a piece of content to create, and I'm experimenting with a new form of producing it. One of the things I came across was I needed to build confidence. So my problem's actually confidence. When I sit down to build something, I actually have this negative talk economy in my head that tells me I'm not worthy or I can't do it or I'm not thinking. It's almost perfection mode out the gate. So I ripped all script making. I made this piece of content from the top of my dome and I learned a lot. And it really taught me that I need confidence in myself and what I'm doing in order to achieve those things quicker. I hope that makes sense because I know that we both kind of struggled with this differently. And
Yeah, so
it's, yeah.
yours is confidence and mine is guilt and motivation.
Ooh.
So,
Well, hey, you know what,
uh,
man? Why don't you go ahead and elaborate on that? Why do you think it is for you?
so like I've noticed something and I kind of like use Chat GPT to kind of just reconfirm that answer. Because for me the biggest issue was I haven't touched the project in a few weeks, and the more that I felt like I was falling behind, even though I have a list of tasks that I know I need to get done, the more I avoided the project and I just focused on work because, again, for me, work pays the bills.
Yeah.
Um, but the project is supposed to be me paying future me, if that makes sense. That's kind of
No,
an
it
analogy
does.
that I have with a buddy of mine that I work with. Sometimes we do jobs that won't pay us today, they'll pay us in a couple days. That's paying future me forward.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm learning that I need to adapt that same mindset here. This is supposed to pay future me down the road. And that's the premise of our podcast too. It's kind of helping me pay future me down the road.
But I think
So
one of the things we get into is when we try to chase just creating in general, there's multiple avenues to create. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to write a piece of content, you got to write it first. You got to plan your scenes. You got to do X. You got to do Y. You got to do Z. And each time you sit down and you start plugging away, I feel like my brain personally, and you can elaborate on this differently, I feel like at that point, that's when the perfection bug takes over. And then I got to do every step perfect. Oh, that's not how the script is written. That's not how sound design. You know what I mean? Each thing. And in a way, here's what I kind of want to drive home. You're forgetting to follow the artist. By following all these molds and all these procedures, you're forgetting to follow you and how what makes you you. It's not
yeah.
unique. It's you. And so that's kind of like, and it's hard, dude. Like, cause this has been how long we've been doing this podcast? 7 months, 6 months,
Yeah, 6 or 7
and
months
it's
now.
been,
It's been a journey.
dude,
And
for real. And how many
something
times have
else
we?
that
Oh, go ahead.
uh, I'd say something else that you and I have discussed off screen
Yep.
is that I want to bring it up here.
How
We're
dare you?
actually going to be dialing back the podcast too. We're going to do it once a month so that we can kind of not stress because it was a little bit stressful and we got to get away from ourselves a little bit by trying to come up with filler content like the industry talk.
Yeah, I mean,
It
I
was a little stressful because then I'm adding more homework to myself on an already overbooked schedule that I have for myself. Um,
We were doing so we had the effort down. We wanted to get up, we wanted to record, but we weren't sure what the hell we were recording. And so
yeah,
we know that we wanted the essence of what we were having on a phone. So
yeah,
to further that public service announcement real quick, because I like to be active now. Look at this space, bro. I'm owning myself just like you are.
yeah.
Being creative is hard. And I'm
Oh
glad, and
yeah.
I want to talk about this real quick, and I love you for it is that we chose each other to sit down and hold accountability. And it doesn't get nice sometimes. And sometimes
No.
we're worried about hurting our feelings, but we found out that we're just a bunch of babies and we need to stop thinking that way. And you and I don't, when we do hold that accountability torch, I don't, dude, it's been amazing because I thought
Well,
you
yeah,
would.
like
I think you would go one way and then you blow my mind and you're like, yeah, but, and I'm like, oh shit, wait a second. Okay. And then that's,
so like an example of that would be you feeling guilty because you have a lot of projects that are on the table that you're working on. I'm still just doing my one thing,
yep.
and a lot of yours are starting to like rapidly pick up pace, and I'm still stuck in limbo a little bit. And you're like, I kind of feel guilty about that, but you shouldn't. And I'm going to reiterate that here because your
Because it's on the
projects
record.
are different than mine. That's the key thing. Yours are not going to do the same length of time that mine will, which is fine. Your execution's faster, mine's a little different. I'm doing game, you're doing other types of media. There's
Correct.
one thing out of the way, right? But the thing that we are doing together is just showing up, and that's the whole premise of our podcast is to show up every day, do a little bit of work. So
Right. But
that's where I've dropped the ball for the last few weeks is I haven't been showing up every day that like I should be doing.
uh
Other than when we get our phone call conversations. Um,
I think that that's a real positive thing to hit on real quick is one of the things is I'm not like it's not about content or comparing that. It's I'm actually scared in some direction it's gonna crush your confidence. Do you know
oh,
what I
not
mean?
at all.
Because if that was me personally, that's what I thought about. If I was at the beginning
Yeah,
of this journey again and I was watching somebody build not rapid, but to me it would feel rapid. Oh,
yeah,
look, these ideas are coming out clips at fast speeds. And I would sit there and go, no, don't push me down. And I would
and yeah.
just, you know what I mean? So,
So, and I'm the opposite. It's more of okay, you're succeeding, and that's awesome. That means that I can do it too. I'm just at a different pace than you is all. So,
I would challenge you on that because once again, just hitting back real quick to touch on that public service announcement, we are going to once a month. It'll be filmed at the first week of the month of whatever month it is. So for September, we'll be filming as soon as possible for September, but it'll be
yeah,
released on the first Friday of September. So what
yeah,
we're trying to aim for now is a little bit more of the common conversation we have and not so much scripted. We might have some bullet points and some topics, but we're just going to show up and talk about behind the scenes because it does
yeah,
get more frustrating the longer you're in this and you realize that it's not what you thought 6 months ago. And in order to keep going forward, you do have to mature and grow with the industry or grow into the industry. So,
yeah,
damn, dude, with all those public service announcements out of the way, I think that we're doing good. I really do. With everything going on, like going back to some things. When I was talking about that video I did yesterday and how fun that was, do you realize that it kicked up your creativeness and you started your actually, sorry, not even your creativeness, your confidence. I heard your
yeah,
confidence go up on the fucking phone, dude. I was like, wait a second, he wants to do what? Oh my God, let's do that.
yeah.
So,
So,
yeah, go ahead.
um, a premise for part of the game was sparked by what you did for your little short video. And that is
That's
like
not live yet.
the no, it's okay, but you
No,
did
no,
it,
you're
and
good.
I got the sneak peek. So I got the sneak peek, guys. Um,
A couple of people
but
did. It was fun.
yeah, I got to see that, and it goes like that's where it like I wanted to bring a little bit of the ETC behind the scenes stuff up to life, so that we can, so that I, when I get stuck, I have something else to do. Um, and I've had it on the back burner for a while, and I kind of forgot about it until today, this morning, when we were talking about stuff.
Right. And I do want to hit for a second. I do want to talk about you being stuck because it's not, I mean, in a way, you're kind of glazing over it. And if we give it a second to breathe and give it the right space, you can actually trigger that to do better. So, you being stuck within building the game isn't due to anything you're doing or you're missing. So, like, it's not a misstep. It's actually just, it's human timing because the other guy doing the code, he's busy at work. And I like
Yep.
that earlier and even now, your pivot momentum is okay, let's still bring the world to life. And, you
Yeah.
know, a couple weeks ago, dude, even a couple months ago, you would just be like, yeah, I'll get to that. So I love this confidence boost. That's what I'm saying. I want you to keep digging
So
into it. I'm going to keep sending you the crazy beta versions of my fucking videos and hope that it just sparks
it
you.
helps. Yeah. So like, and then what helped even more is that sparked the I missed what I used to have old school here, GTA Vice City. Because Vice City had the same premise that I'm trying to accomplish.
Right, with the radio
Um
stations.
the radio stations, which I just went ahead and pulled those up on YouTube today just to listen to them for nostalgia stakes down the road. And I remember, like, it's this goofiness that I loved about these things. That's what I want to bring into ETC is that weird goofiness of just nonchalant stupidity.
Hmm.
So, which uh I did send you the ad so that you
Uh,
can read through it.
Recently?
Yes, it's in our little notes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have
So,
to take a look at it later.
excuse
Geez,
me,
dude.
I got tickles.
Oh, that's fun. It's just, it's been like, I don't know how to explain this summer. And I don't know how to explain,
Chaotic
like,
for me,
yeah, chaos.
and
Well, it's been
for me
fun
at
for
least.
me. No, dude, it's
Uh,
been wild fun for me.
it's
Um,
been a lot of work for
yeah.
me, and I'm like, I'm just in my situation. I'm just starting to get level footed again, if that makes sense.
No, it
Which
really
I'm excited
does.
about.
It really
So
does. And you're talking probably not about money. You're also talking about,
everything.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, project uh income itself, it's all starting to level itself out finally.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
which I'm
And
excited about. It's like I'm not struggling to go, I gotta take care of all this crap. It's now I can take a day to not go to work and enjoy doing stuff, um, and focus on project work. But I with chat gpt and myself and my struggles, like, I kind of put it out there and I'm like, listen, I need you to help me formulate a new strategy because whatever I'm doing is not working for me.
right.
So chat suggested a 20-minute rule for me, which is just open the project, stare at it for a couple minutes, and then find one thing in there to just touch for 10 minutes of the day. And then after that, your last 5 minutes, you write a note. Hey,
Yeah.
make sure you work on this tomorrow. I got to do that at least 2 times this since the last episode. So I've at least done that.
And do you feel
And it
like it built your confidence or your motivation?
my motivation, because confidence is not the issue. It's just
That's fair.
motivation, or not feeling stuck, I guess would be another word. That's what it helped me with. It helped me feel less stuck. Not only that, but the project that you and I had talked about that at the beginning of us recording,
Which
episode
one,
3, if I
dude?
remember correctly. Um,
Oh,
like
T-Mod.
T-Mod. Yeah.
Yep.
So, um, like, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to dip my toes back into that when you and I have a little bit of free time to sit down and work on that.
Hmm.
Because when I get stuck sometimes, I like dipping my toes into something else, because that helps spark my desire to go back into the project.
Hmm. Let me
So,
think. I will challenge you like this. You got to give me a little bit of time. So we'll
yeah.
see where we're at for the next episode. But I know that we've gone through and a lot of
Well,
conversations. We tried to locate where Tmod was, and we couldn't seem to
yeah,
find
we
it on
can't
either
find it.
end. So I actually would state that we don't do Tmod, but we do need to do a project together. And I think we talked about this on the phone, and I've had conversations with other friends. And I think the next piece of content that will become something I do is a bit of storytelling. So if you watch a whole bunch of
Yeah.
what if videos on the internet, a buddy of mine, and we'll use one of my stage names in one of my other videos for this guy. We'll call him DD. So DD presented me with, hey, sometimes I just want to get on to the internet and watch videos that are mindless. I want to watch just content that doesn't really make me think about right versus left or blue versus yellow. And I was like, okay, cool. And he shared that video with me. And honestly, our conversations today were not just T-Mod. I did a story about Elizabeth Bathory and the castle she lived in, and kind of that story for college when I did a writing course. And you loved it because I think we might have
It
talked
was
here
awesome.
before. Yeah. And then so just a combination of all those conversations. Let me propose this. When I finish the Mosaic Chaos Volume 1, which I am getting huge work done on,
Yeah.
um, I want to do a what if series with you. And I
Okay.
think it'll be super fun. And I
And I
wonder,
think
it'll be
uh
different than this. I think that, hopefully I'll be able to pay you a little bit.
no, listen, something that sparked something for me was a TikTok that I saw the other day, or might have even been this morning, of
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio talking about short stories.
Oh, dude, they're
So
popping off.
yeah, but it
They've
wasn't
always
just
been.
that. It was invest yourself into short stories and like spark your creativity that way. And I wish I saved the video, and I
Oh,
should
don't worry
have.
about the
My
video,
bad.
bro. Don't worry about the
But
video because
but
I
like
think that
that sparked my conversation with you with wanting to do T-Mod again. And it's the short stories, like doing the short stories again.
it's yeah,
Because that's more
we have a vibe.
your
We have a
company.
vibe. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we have a vibe for writing that is very, I think, missed in a generation right now. And people are attempting something to the effect of what we can pull
Yeah.
off. But I actually, if you think about all the things I've been building skill wise, I think at the end of that book, dude, and you'll be somewhere with that game if, I'll be able to focus on that. I don't know what we're going to call it yet. But I don't
Yeah.
think it'll take too long to build. And with my
No, I don't
full,
think so either.
I've had such good conversations about my equipment behind the scenes and trying to like other endeavors that I'm involved with, trying to ask permission to borrow. And man, actually, you know what? No, because as I'm thinking about that one, it'll probably have to be if I don't come back to castles from around the world in January. We'll have to sit down and talk about it because there is something secretive that nobody knows I'm working on, and I don't want to talk about it. So it was a reason for asking to borrow those two cameras. So that one is gonna shock the shit out of everybody what I can do. But it's gonna be true to who I am. I like to do documentary style stuff, and I like to do over the top colorful stuff, and I like to get on a screen with CNBN and beat the shit out of myself.
Listen, I get that. And I'm more of the behind the scenes guy. That's kind of
Yeah.
what I like being. I don't like us pushing this, and me pushing you getting on camera was also for
Oh,
me to push myself out of my comfort zone of not being in front of a camera.
we talked
Um,
about that, bro. You created
we
a
did.
monster.
So
I've
I'm
gotten
glad I
so
did it because
comfortable.
honestly, I feel elated that I got you to do this with me because
Oh yeah.
like I said, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and the one person that I wanted to like jump into the waters with was you.
Oh, dude, I'm honored that you said that, bro. I really am. That means a lot to me. I'm not just gonna gloss over that. I think that that's huge because, like, sometimes
Like,
we don't value ourselves, right? Until we're
oh,
too, yeah, you get it.
listen,
So,
you know it.
so
I'm the
just as much as you
self-deprecating.
appreciate me, I appreciate the hell out of you and everybody else who I've had conversations with up to this point because everything I've been doing, dude, it's because I love this stuff. I
No,
think you and I had a conversation. Back when I was like freaking 7 to 12, I ran a small time radio station off of a cassette player. I'd record songs off the FM radio. I'd get a couple cousins together and we would do some wackadoodle stuff and we would just talk into it. And dude, I didn't think they cared about that. And then I remember going to a family reunion like 2 or 3 years ago. Bro, I was hit with that. They came up to me and they're like, "Man, I forgot that we used to do this." And I was like, "Oh,
Yep. So it was
oh,
backyard wrestling for me. Like we had a
I would love
camcorder,
to do that."
we had my mom's house and my neighbor's house, and we would literally record our promos, record the shows. We did like the whole 9 yards.
Dude, we should
Um,
like that's the thing. To be sorry, I'll let you keep going. But to be
oh no,
a
you're good.
you have
Yeah,
to be a
but
kid
that was
again. To be creative,
yeah,
you get to be a kid. You get
and
to
it's
say
hard
what if and
because
run.
yep, it's hard because like uh well in my instance, life just kind of sucks the joy out of you, I guess is the easiest way to say it.
No,
So
it's
it's
the
hard
real
to
way to
find
say
that
it.
joy again.
The joy is within
Excuse me.
you. The joy is within you, my dude. Like you really
Oh, I
that's the
know.
thing is
But the tricky part, and this is therapy time, I guess, for me,
oh dude,
is
it's
like
always
even the
therapy
things that
time.
I enjoy, like I'm starting to not feel that enjoyment out of them. Like
That's fair.
the other thing that you and I talked about was like, okay, video games in the instance, right? Like peeling back the curtain to see what it's like to be in this industry for a lot of people that I even went to Full Sail with before you,
Oh, I'm
they
aware.
lost that joy. Like I don't want to know what's behind the curtain. I love being behind the curtain, which is why I want to do video games.
Okay, so now that we're talking about that, it, let's talk about behind the curtain because that's where I think my mental struggle started. I'm a
Yeah,
different kind of person. I don't like to take advantage or addict people to anything I do. And if that's what I got to do as a creator, I struggle
then
with
it's the
how
wrong
to
path.
use
Yeah.
it. Yeah, dude, I struggle with how to do it correctly for me, for my moral and for my soul. So trying to think, you just got to do it.
So like it was that because that the
I
same
lost my train
philosophy
of
that you're
thought.
talking about was the you have to keep them interested and you have to keep them
Oh,
doing something every 15 seconds, I think is what it
that's
was, right?
yeah, no, that's where game design really burnt me out is you had
Yeah.
to document every small interaction from the way something sounded when they interacted, which makes sense, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when you are thrown into this and you are taught how to manipulate somebody and then you realize that's what you're doing, that doesn't become about the game anymore. It doesn't become about the story you're trying to tell. It
Yeah.
becomes, can I get them to spend money and stay here? And that's what the industry is doing. And it's a little sickening that we have to teach that. But you should also teach a class that teaches you how to use it correctly because I think that's where you can get some incredible things. I don't and then even if you think about that 5 to 15 seconds for what we were taught as game designers, do you
Yeah.
also know that level, that threshold is way lower for social media? So that
Oh yeah.
video,
What,
yeah,
three
that video,
seconds?
yeah, it's 3 seconds, dude. I can't hook anybody. I can't hook a fish in 3 seconds. I can't
No.
hook shit in 3 seconds. Not even a seatbelt. Like, come on. So it's too fast and it makes me feel icky when I have to go bam, bam, boom, boom, look at
The
me.
yeah, like I need to suck you in kind of thing. I don't
Yeah.
like that either. I'm right there with you.
So that
Like
video I had created, I really did try that 3 second rule. And I thought, and that's what was fun to do in lifetime. So
yeah.
yeah, man, tangents and circles.
Oh,
Um,
I like it because it feels like me. And I don't feel like I'm trying to cater
uh,
to a list or follow a format. I can just let things riff off the top of my head and not feel stressed out about it.
well,
Because
there
that
you
was
go.
the, you know.
And you know what? That brings us to today's sponsor. My name's Chris from Midnight Mosaic. I must be at the bottom of your feed. That's okay. You want to know what I do? I bet you're wondering what kind of things I might be creating. Well, this is the kind of content I create. Castles, a podcast about being creative and what it really takes behind the scenes. Oh, and there's many more where this came from. And all you have to do is follow if you like to be entertained. Thank you for staying with us even after that beautiful sponsorship. So now I want to remind you that at the beginning of this episode, we asked ourselves, what do you do when you genuinely want something, but you can't seem to make yourself work with it, or for it, or on it, or to it, or with it, whatever your ism is. And remember, Armando's simple response to that was 20-minute rule. So if you're struggling, I take something from his rule. The 20 minutes a day until it sparks, you'll get hit. Other greats have mentioned that, such as, I believe, Stephen King, right? He writes amazing books. So, anyways, for me, it was simply hit the record because I struggle with confidence. Hit record and trust the process I am building in front of myself. So, now for the second half of this podcast, I want to ask a layering question, one to add on to that. Now that you got all that figured out, how do you hold yourself accountable?
Uh, I I'm not sure how I would do that for myself.
It's an interesting
So
it's an interesting question because yeah, now your feet are on the fire, my dude.
it is. So I guess the way that I could hold myself accountable on the 20-minute rule is that I need to make sure that I leave a note for myself to when I come back tomorrow, for instance, that I already know what I'm working on. So that means I'm putting myself into position to make myself work on something else tomorrow. So that's, I guess, how I would hold myself accountable.
Hmm. I'm trying
Like
to
I
figure
have
out.
to. No, you're
Yeah,
good.
no,
So
you're
like
good.
it's
So
just
you
one of
just
those
need
things
to
that I
sit
can
down
think
and
of.
do it every day.
I
20
should
minutes.
sit down and do it every day, at least 20 minutes
Do you think
of
that
just
a way to make that attainable for you would be to like allow fluidity within the project or how you consume working on the project, so to speak. You don't have to be in front of your computer for 20 minutes. Couldn't you just
no.
bust open a notepad, or couldn't you just bust out your phone and record a short thought video? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, are there's ways you
Yes.
could, yeah.
Which is usually what happens for me because, like, when I'm working, something will click in my head. Oh, what about this? Like for instance, I'll pull it up. Hold on, sorry.
No, you're
Like
fine.
lore, actually, which I told you about earlier, which was the something that happens in our society today, and kind of exaggerating on that a little bit.
Right.
So that's one of the things that I want. I always like if I get a thought that comes into my head, I don't count that as work time, and I need to. Like that should count because I am working on it.
Yes and no. I think it only counts if you write it down. If you, and the thing is that you should like learn to get addictive to your work. So like
Yeah.
if you have that thought, that's why I brought up, is there something else you can do? If that thought hits your head, can you pull out your phone and say, "Hey, I just had a great thought for this video or this idea, blah blah blah." Boom, you worked on it because now it's filed and you have freed up your brain space to further articulate what that meant. So now for the rest of the day, that lives in real time. So you can go throughout the day and be like, hey, but what if I added this to that video? Or what if I did this? Each time you
No,
take
I
out your
hear you.
phone and record it becomes actual work. I think
Yeah.
that's a way to get addictive, is because then you'll be addicted to being like, shit, I need to get this done.
Well,
um,
that's the other thing is I need to not make it feel like my
work.
results are measured in outcome is what it said. Like that's another thing and made a note of is it needs to not feel like outcome measurements, but more of contact relationship.
Hmm.
So treat it like a relationship. You need to touch it, you need to feel it, you need to be
Yes.
involved. So like
Yes.
just let yourself
But
sit
that's
there with it open for 20 minutes. You even if you don't accomplish something, you still opened it and maybe it'll spark something from you just looking at it. So
that's fair.
so I guess the biggest thing that I need to hold myself accountable to is that I need to actually sit down and spend my 20 minutes opening my project. Even if I don't get anything accomplished, I touch the project.
So I guess that's an interesting thing. So let's raise the stakes, buddy. If you don't get something done, what is the how can you hold
hold how what's the I don't want
Yeah,
to
I'm trying to think of the
punish
word. Hold on.
myself.
I
Yeah,
don't want to use
so
the word punish either. That was the, yeah. I don't want you to
uh,
punish yourself, but is there something? No, I don't think you should actually.
no.
Never mind. Is there something you're looking forward to when you finish this project?
Uh,
Besides
finish.
money or
Not money. It's
I
for
know it's not for
me.
you.
It's just putting something there out there that I worked on, and other people can touch
Right.
it, feel it, play it. Like come up with your own crazy ass theories of like what's this about? What does this mean?
So
So
if you keep thinking about that, do you think it would spark you to do more work, or would it spark you to feel trapped?
I don't know. So I know it's
Because that's
stupid and it's
yeah, you're right.
shallow to like say like the ultimate goal for me, and I guess it's just a shallow goal, but like
It's okay.
to make $20,000 off the game would be fantastic. That's my ultimate like cheesy goal. I just want to make 20 grand. Um, for
I'm
me.
no, that's fine. And I
So
think
which is that's the motivation part is that's what I want to accomplish motivation wise. I want to make $20,000 for myself. Um,
because 20,000 can do a lot. It can funnel more
oh yeah.
projects. It can give you a little financial
Listen,
freedom.
that takes like 6 months off of me having to do Amazon.
Fair
So,
enough. Fair enough.
so I can avoid the summer months where we're sitting at 105 degrees.
So I think
Yeah,
one of the things I could probably do to hold myself accountable is just I think that's also a hard self question.
it
Um,
is. Makes you ponder.
because well, I've noticed that every time I turn on a camera or anytime like number one, if anybody's thinking that I don't finish projects, I would argue that's a lot of creatives. You keep getting into this whirlwind of things. And when it comes to the accountability, I think the best thing I can do is show up every day, kind of like you, in a way that builds my confidence. It's not about 20 minutes, it's about believing in myself. Because the video I shot for Reels, it took 10 minutes. And then that was to record. And dude, I dragged a frickin' mattress into my kitchen. I laid it on the ground. As soon as I did that, my brain, dude, the things I was already planning before, I had taken a screenshot to set up kind of that green screen effect so I could fall in a race. But
Yeah.
even in that moment, the mental battle became, oh, you're going to get the wrong angle, blah, blah, blah. And I just said, nope, shut that off, keep
Yeah.
going.
Kind of just
And so
dismiss
what
all that.
happened is I did get the wrong angle. But in the film itself, because I kept the camera rolling as I set up in real time my scene, eventually what happens is the mattress is gone. So I have a clean slate right there. And then in Adobe, I just go and I grab a screen grab from that and insert
Yeah.
it back into the scene. And it looks a little janky, but hey, it's fun and it was quick. And so
But
that's
that's
what
the
I'm
thing. It
saying
was a
is
fun, creative thing to get out of your system.
I love creating that stuff. It's addictive. Like at first looking at building reels, it was scary. But then when I turned on that camera, I knew how to do these things. And there's no script behind it. There's
Yeah.
no there is thought and there is post processing and movement. You know what I mean? So I think that's just it. If I show up every day and build my confidence this way, just hit fucking record. Just hit record. Just hit record.
For you,
But
it's just hit record. For me, it's just open my project and stare at it for 20 minutes and let it do its thing. Because every time I do that and I have a conversation with you, I feel motivated to just get right into it. So,
what can I do? Like, I don't think it's about finishing projects anymore. I think they're gonna get finished, and I think
oh yeah,
that's the other part I want to clear up real quick is, man, no, I don't want to talk about that again because there is that project, and I know this is the second time you're mentioning it, but what do I
may as well
have?
mention.
No, I'm trying to think of what do I have on my plate. I have CNBN, which is that comedy skit. I
Yep.
think thought wise, I'm gonna do one more video.
Okay.
Um, I don't know where it's gonna go from there. I think just a second video. If I'm still sparked to do another one, I'll do it. Um, I have the book I'm working on, so for accountability on the book, I actually think that uh, I can get Dynanars finished. Actually, I could probably get 2 of those stories finished by the next time we sit down, which is in a
Okay.
month. Well,
A
actually, it's
month.
in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Um, I don't know, dude. It's so hard, the accountability thing, because I feel like I'm not answering that correctly, you know? Like,
Which it's because it's a hard question
because I feel
to
like if you do show
answer.
up, you're answering the
Your
accountability.
accountability.
And
Yeah,
even if you're like I said, if you're turning on the camera and you're putting on effort towards your craft or your skill, that is accountability. How
it
else does
is.
it
It's showing
exist
up.
out? You got to put effort in order to
Yep.
get that accountability. So, fuck.
So like it's I guess I would say it's like going upstairs, right? You got to take that first step one at a time. So like in my instance, it's showing up for the 20 minutes on the first day. Did I get anything accomplished? No, but I showed up, right? So now the next step is let's try to get a note in there. That's my accountability. Leave a note for myself to move forward and at least accomplish one thing each day.
I got it. I know what we do. We hold accountability amongst ourselves. And the way we do that is it's not, let's do it for bragging rights. It's not about like, for example, from here until the next episode.
Yep.
Jesus, actually, we can do that in real time. Hold on. The next episode will be. Oh, I don't have an ink in there. Let's see. We are on what, the 13th today?
We are on
So
the 13th. Yes, sir.
the next episode will be the
The
third, no, the fourth.
is it
So,
the 4th?
yeah, so that means I got a couple weeks. Where was I going with that?
Yeah, it would be the 4th.
Okay. Make a bet. No bets. Let's run a little test. So by the 4th, which is no pressure because you can go back and watch this, the only thing you need to
Yeah.
do is record each day you do 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
doable.
That's it. And the winner gets to brag about it. Literally. Dude, I will let you go. You're a piece of shit. Whatever makes you feel good in those 5 minutes
Oh,
of achieving the next couple weeks of doing 20 minutes a day, which I'm going to do too, which I think
yeah.
it's going to end up being more than 20 minutes for me because, this is my job.
Yeah, no, listen, I get it.
uh,
Uh,
but that's the thing. There is going to be days, and what you're going to teach me through doing this 20 minutes a day thing is it's okay to take a day off. And I still don't do that.
yes.
So it's okay to just, yeah.
Listen, I took Wednesday was like a day off for me, and I went to go see.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Bro,
which was phenomenal, by the way. I can't wait for you to see it because I really want to talk about it.
I really
And
want you to see
like you,
Odyssey.
I have to go see Odyssey. So that's
Bro,
probably what I'm gonna go do on a Monday or Tuesday this week. Is I'm gonna go work, then I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go watch the movie, um, and then we can chit chat about that one. So
dude,
I'm gonna give
Odyssey was.
myself like one day where I can just go by myself, not take everybody, watch the
But
movie.
if you want the experience from my angle, I would listen until you go see the movie. Listen to Epic the Musical by Jorge Rivera. I think his last name is Rivera. Go listen to that. It's about 3 hours. It's epic, dude. We've talked about this before, actually on phone calls. He does something different than Christopher Nolan does in The Odyssey, and both are amazing because Jorge really works on showing you a kind of a boy growing into a man, and his whole thesis of the thing is when does a man become a monster?
Yeah,
Dude, it hits so hard the way he does it. And then Christopher Nolan is more about, hey, what is the actual snapping point of this character? Like,
gotcha.
what's the breaking point? Like, and how much can he really handle? And dude, it's a real look into the psychology of men.
Mm,
Dude, boom. Case point, take everything else out of it, no matter what you're thinking about the film. It's two different perspectives on being a male and how
yeah,
you should do it. It's basically how you should be a man. You should always be able to stand up and fight with some confidence and not all your battles are physical, they are mental.
Mhm. I have a lot of those.
So I think that's it, man. For accountability, I'm gonna talk some smack because this is our sport, bro. Think about it that way. This is our sport. I'm gonna whoop your ass.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah? You think you could do more in 20 minutes than me?
I think I can. I think I can get you on the 20 minutes.
Oh,
The
look at you
recording
stretch. Get
myself part has
the...
got to be the tricky part because I'm gonna have to put the camera on and like put my face up here. But whatever,
You think I have a
I'll
pretty
do it.
face, bro? That's kind of where the confidence comes from. It's not
No,
about the
I hear it.
face, it's about the authenticity. There's nobody else out there like you or me. And
No.
and there's nobody
And if
else
you
out there
are
like the
out there, come
listener.
do my job for me, please. By all
Yeah,
means.
you just make sure I
I
get the
need a nap.
paycheck.
I just need a nap. That's
Dude,
it.
for real. Well,
So
I guess that's really it. So next week, or sorry, next episode, which will be episode 19. No idea what it
yes,
would be yet, so stay tuned. Make sure you follow us wherever you can. You could check the description down below, which is just there's just some links to who we are. But if you want to know what we really do and you want more links, then up where you can check us out, where the subscribe button is, yeah, don't mind hitting that either. You'll go right ahead and roll into all those links where it's my website and all my socials and Armando and some of his socials. So accountability is, yeah, dude, accountability is hard.
oh, it
Uh
is.
but if you
But
show up each day, even if you do not put 20 minutes in, you're doing the dream.
that's it. And it's all about that, my good sir. Following
Well,
that dream.
well, my dude, I love you, and we are living the dream.
Yes, we are. Love you too, buddy.
All
And with
right,
that, I'm going to work.
later,
Deuces.
haters.